Good morning, traders. It is Monday, December 12th. I hope all of you had a nice Thanksgiving. It's back to the action. Let's see what the market's doing today. Got a nasty little sell-off going on here. We've been looking for this sell-off. The market's overextended on the upside. We still have some unresolved issues like the U.S.-China trade truce. China's saying that they won't even consider phase one until the U.S. repeals all tariffs. So we're not just talking about postponing the D15 tariffs, we're talking about removing the September tariffs and the ones before that. I don't see Trump doing that, quite honestly. I think that his anti-China rhetoric is starting to resonate with voters. I think that they realize that China has been mistreating us for a long time, taking advantage of the trade situation. So I don't see him giving in so easily right when it's gaining traction and when we're generating billions in tariff revenues. The USMCA is the much, much, much bigger deal. And I've been mentioning that in my daily comments because we do 4 times as much trade with Mexico and Canada as we do with China. We do twice as much trade with Mexico and Canada as we do with Europe. That is the prize. And Democrats look like they're going to be agreeing to that bill. So that should keep a nice bid to the market. Right now, Boris Johnson leads in all the polls. It looks like he's going to be gaining support during the elections that are coming up on December 12th. That's only 10 days away. That provides for a clear Brexit agreement. So that's also good for the market. This is simply profit taking. Let's zoom out, take a look at the daily chart. And here you can see that the market's been floating higher. We had this nice little breakout here. We tested it this morning, and look what we tested. This uptrend line. These trend lines are very, very important. That's our first level of support. It's right around the 311 level. So we should be able to find some support there right now. But these negative bars right here, you can see, and I mentioned to members in the chat room right on the open, after that bar and that bar, I said, uh-oh, folks, we're in for a nasty drop. We've got more downside. Sure enough, we fell. ISM manufacturing came in this morning at 48.1. That was a very weak reading. I'd mentioned to everybody in the chat room from the open, I said I wouldn't take a lot of positions right now. I would be waiting for that ISM number, see what happens, and that's the reaction right there. Big drop, probably about a 10-point drop on ISM. So you have to be very, very cautious of these numbers when they come out in the morning. You have to be aware of when they're released. So for right now, we're going to go in and we're going to take a look at some shorts. We'll take a look at some longs as well. Go back out to the daily chart. I had mentioned to you, in fact, those of you who watched my stock video that I posted yesterday, Sunday, I'd mentioned that this is not a great environment to be trading options. Well, why not? From a swing basis, we've got the market gradually floating higher. Time decay is a big issue, especially if you get a couple of negative days in here. It takes a long time for the stock to recover, and time decay sets in on those option premiums if you're trading from the long side. From the short side, we had the VXX plunging to a 52-week low, and you can see how cheap option premiums are. So that means that we have to sell credit spreads very, very close to the money to generate a decent rate of return. Well, one little market whiff and you're in trouble. We worked way, way, way too hard in September, October, and November generating awesome income off of these bullish put spreads that we've been selling to give it all back right now. So I've been telling everyone, stay sidelined on a swing basis. In fact, buy VXX. So we are long VXX. I'm looking for it to pop up. I'd like to sell it right around the $20 level. I'm not looking for a major market decline here. I'm simply looking for bullish speculators to be flushed out. This is a little bit too hot right in here at a forward PE of 17.5. Stocks are trading at the upper end of their valuation range. We're due for a little profit taking. We're waiting for profit taking. I can't wait to sell some more bullish put spreads into year end. And if the U.S.-China trade truce doesn't happen, I don't think it's going to make that much difference. China's economy is doing fine without a trade truce. Our economy is doing fine without a trade truce. I really don't think it's going to make that much difference, but we could get an initial knee-jerk reaction, a sell-off that flushes out bullish speculators. When we find support, it could be at the 305 level, could be at the 307 level. Either of those two areas, I'm looking to load up on bullish put spreads into year end. For right now, I'm waiting. The early action today tells me that we are going to test the low of the day. We'll probably see a nice bounce in here. You can play that bounce. So right now we've got one really nice bullish hammer right here. I'd like to see another bullish hammer off of that low with a very long tail underbody. If I see that, and in fact one or two more after that, I'm very likely to buy S&P 500 futures, and I'm very likely to buy some stocks with relative strength. So let's see what we've got on the long side first, because a bounce may be pending here during the video recording. Then I'm going to take a look for a couple of shorts that I like today, and we'll call it a day, and I'll give you some good trade ideas. So first we're going to go in, we're going to look at relative strength 30. We'll flip through these charts. I don't want to see a stock that's down. Quite honestly, I'd like to see a stock that's moving higher. Well, we've got gold, AEM. We have McDonald's. That's kind of a flight to safety stock because it's consumer cyclical. And let's see here. We've got not too much else to look at. It's mainly gold stocks. Well, let's take a look at gold and see what it's doing. You can see how it's starting to move higher. That's NEM breaking through the 100-day moving average. Take a look at GLD. And GLD is not doing much. So we're seeing some action in the gold stocks themselves, but not too much out of GLD right now. We've got one test, two test, not bad there. We've got a downward sloping trend line right here that's barely been broken out. Just on a time basis it has, but not because of upward movement. We've got the 100-day moving average there. Not a big gold buyer right here. STT has been very, very nice. I like it. It's trying to break out to a new relative high. We'll take a look at the 5-minute chart. It's been holding up very, very well. We're going to take off this indicator, and we're going to put up the 10 SI indicator. This measures relative strength. You can see the relative strength during the course of the day. I like STT. IP, still positive for the day. Great relative strength so far today. Take a look at that daily chart. Yes, trying to break out to a new high. We've got a little bit of an inverted hammer here, but the stock is still holding up very, very well relative to the market. CLVS is one that I've been watching. That's not a good sign for it to retrace all the way here. Plus, the stock has gone parabolic, so it is going to see some profit taking. It did have some good relative strength early in the day. You can see these long tails under body. So there are still buyers out here right now. I'm going to keep an eye on CLVS. How do I trade this? What do I do? How do I know when it's time to buy? Very easy. I'm going to click on this, I'm going to delete that, and I'm going to set up an alert. And I'm going to click alert. I'm going to click on this bar right here, and I'm going to click on that bar right there. There's my downward sloping alert line. As the stock continues to move lower, I take no action. Eventually, that alert line is going to come all the way down and meet the price of the stock, and when the stock breaks out to the upside, I'll get my pop-up alert and I'll know, hey, CLVS might be worth considering. I'll take a look at it, see if it's got relative strength. It does have heavy volume, so that's good. SSRM, I don't know that stock. Ooh, that's a pretty nice chart though. I like those long green candles, and I like that breakout right here to a new high of the day, and I like the price action on Friday. Let's take a look at the D1 chart. Yes, we're getting through horizontal resistance. We're above the 100-day moving average. Yeah, but Pete, SSRM, what is that? It doesn't have good options. I don't care. If I can make money trading the stock, I'm going to trade the stock as a $15 stock. I can buy that with 4-to-1 intraday margin. I'm okay with it. I got plenty of leverage day trading stocks. This is a day trading video. I'm looking for day trades. They don't have to be option trades. So I like that one. That looks like an excellent candidate for today. So let me go in and do one other search here very quickly, and we'll take the custom search and we'll move it over here. I've got option liquidity marked, I've got heavy volume today marked, and I've got stock above prior day high. Let's see what we get. Okay, these might be some good candidates. CLF, I'm not interested in. CLF is a cyclical stock, and I think that if the China trade deal does not go through, cyclical stocks will get hit. The industrials like 3M, CLF, they'll all get hit pretty hard. Now, CLF and maybe some of the steel producers are up because they're talking about new tariffs imposed against Brazil. So they may be seeing a little bit of strength for that reason today. But I'm not seeing a lot in here that's got heavy volume that really interests me. MRO, that's refining. AGNC, let's see what that's doing. Don't see a lot that really interests me on a daily basis. So what does that mean? When I stop seeing really good candidates on the bullish side and I'm really having to reach for them, that's a sign that, you know what? It may be time for me to really focus on the short side. That's all built into the system. It's kind of leading me to the side that I should be focusing on. So that's what I'm going to do today. This is a nice little breakout attempt here. Not seeing a lot of strength. This is on GoGo. It's got heavy volume, probably has a little bit of relative strength. It's finding support on that 100-day moving average. We'll go into the 5-minute chart, see if it can get going. Not really sure. I mean, it's got a nice little pop here, but I don't like the daily chart very much. I do like the volume coming in, so just for the heck of it, I'm going to click on this bar twice. That'll produce a horizontal alert line. It'll let me know if the stock is starting to move higher, and then I could take another look at it. So let's go to the bearish side. That's where we're supposed to be staying with. These are your three stocks that I like: STT, SSRM, IP. They're all on Pop Bull. Take a quick look at relative strength 30. Not seeing a lot that's in positive territory outside of gold stocks. So we're going to take a pass on that. FDX actually did well today, so we could take a look at that. Still trying to get through some resistance levels. Long tails above body. Not enough to tell me that I want to be long this stock. Let's go into the short side. I think we're going to have some pretty fertile hunting grounds. We'll go right into heavy selling and see what we've got here. Dell could be a good candidate. Box, UNG. So Box, really big rally. I would stay away from this. It should find support on that horizontal support level and the 200-day moving average. So I would avoid it as a short. I want to see some downward sloping price action. I want to see some relative weakness. Roku downgraded today. Long red bars near their low through major horizontal support levels, be they moving averages or just horizontal support. That's what I'm looking for. So Roku, maybe, but I think we can find better. I'm only looking for a couple of really good candidates. This is a very long bearish candle, 5-minute basis, very steady selling. So how do you approach this? Well, you don't want to come in and short this stock when it's down that much. What you do want to do is you want to set a downward sloping alert line. When that's violated to the upside, it tells you that the stock is bouncing. Then you come in and you draw your uptrend line connecting the lows, and then you're alerted when that uptrend line is violated. That tells you that the stock is getting back on track with this longer term trend line. That's your opportunity to short. So first I need this uptrend, or this first trend line that I drew. I need to have this violated, then I can draw the other line. So that's just a way that I can time these stocks and find an excellent entry point. CRSP, just going to go through. I'm looking for daily charts, and I'm looking for that weakness. There's a bearish engulfing pattern on Disney. You're going to see a lot of bearish engulfing patterns. SPLK, really nice breakout, a lot of strength. That is a big bearish engulfing pattern. That stock is probably going to see some additional weakness and some additional profit taking here. You can see there's an inside bar right there, followed by a big long bearish engulf that takes out both of those days. Take a look at the 5-minute chart. Oh yeah, continued selling there. So SPLK would definitely make my day trading short list. Go back into the daily chart, see what else we've got here. The stocks that have rallied the most are the ones that will be the most vulnerable to profit taking right now. So those will have some of the best prospects for shorting. VEEV looks good, but such a volatile stock. Last week it looked great after earnings. It broke out, challenged that high, and reversed the whole day. That's a big time bearish reversing, uh, a big time bearish engulfing candle through the 100-day moving average. That would have been a good swing short overnight, obviously. And now it's through that 200-day moving average. That stock should see continued selling. Okay, so let's go into Pop Bear and see what we've got going on there. I didn't notice that one really, really good short that I'm looking for, so I'm still going to be hunting for it. This is not bad. Take a look at why I like this. There's a little bit of a head and shoulders in here. There's your neckline coming in through here. Got room to the 200 or the 100-day moving average through this horizontal support level. Testing it right now. Pretty good bounce. So yeah, maybe. I think we can find better. I'm still looking for that one really good stock though. And I'd like something that has not already tanked as well. That's a good one. I like this chart, RAD. So you've got it breaking out through horizontal resistance, falls back, tests that breakout, and now has been failing. And you can see the relative weakness right here, and it's below the 200-day moving average. Take a look at the 5-minute chart. Bouncing a little bit right now. Yes, I think this stock is going to move lower. What do? Let's drop a horizontal alert line right there, and let's see if the stock drops down. Could even happen while we're recording right now. So this is the process that I go through. Because the market sold off, I didn't have a lot of ready-made stocks on the short side, and I will be taking a look to see what the market's still doing here. These are nice long red candles closing on their low. This is a very weak stock right now. TPX is the symbol. There's a 4-hour chart. Go to the daily chart. This horizontal breakout right here after earnings failed. You can see how the stock is moving lower. TPX, that's a good stock to day trade from the short side today. And I'm just continuing. Oh yeah, this is actually a nice WPC. This is a nice short here as well. We're through that 200-day moving average, breaking horizontal support. Big drop after earnings, small bounce. Can't hold that support right in there. Now it's through that 200-day moving average. Yep, this will be a good one. Again, I'd prefer to trade options, but I don't really care if I can't find option trades today. I'm looking for good shorts. So we'll go back into heavy selling, see what else we've got here. Dell, not moving anywhere fast. So I'm going to need to conclude here, but I'm going to go into this same search. I'm looking for good option liquidity, heavy volume today. Instead of stock above prior day high, I'm going to go stock below prior day high. I still want to find something that's really good. So we're going to look at some of these candidates in here. I need to filter these out a little bit more though. And there are plenty of them. Apple's got such liquid options and it's at the top of the list. I've got to take a look at that. Nothing too dramatic there on a swing basis. Adobe, big engulfing pattern off the high here. We've got an upward sloping trend line that it's testing right now. So we're going to go in and we're going to try and find stocks that are on a sell signal and that are weak relative to the S&P 500 and see what this scan returns. So there are your candidates right there. Not many. We don't want. We want to be able to flip through these very, very quickly. Instead of taking up a lot of extra time, I'm going to keep this screen up a little bit. Take a look at these stocks through the course of the day. See if I can find one or two that I can zero in on. I'm still looking for that really good short that you can take today. APA. This is not bad. Not a really liquid stock, and you can see that. Actually, that is an ETF, so we're not interested in that per se. AXP, not able to get through this 100-day moving average. This is your bearish call spread right here, selling it at that 100-day moving average. That's your good bearish trade right there. That works on a swing basis also. I like AXP on the short side. Here's DE. If DE can get through that 100-day moving average, that's going to be a nice short as well. There you go. We're going to conclude it with that. I do want to mention that I have a new website up. Please come check it up. I have a day pass for my research that you can try out. I'm offering my research, everything that you see, for just $59 per month. That includes my pre-open market comments, the daily video, the weekly swing video, all the chat room trades, the indicators that we have in the chat room for the market, all of that. $59 a month, very inexpensive. I hope you sign up. By all means, if you're an active trader, sign up for the YouTube channel, subscribe to it, turn on your notifications. You'll never miss one of these videos. I post them an hour after the open each day. They're filled with lots of great trading ideas. Sorry, I'm a little dry on the trades today. Did not have that many shorts lined up, but we'll take a look at the market one more time. You can see how it's continuing to go lower. It's testing that uptrend line. We've been waiting for this pullback. I'm excited. I'm going to let it come in. I'm not going to jump the gun. I told you when I started this video, we've got more downside. We're likely to test the low of the day. That was back in here. Look where we are, testing the low of the day. This is the research you get when you sign up with one option. Thank you. We'll see you tomorrow.